Pay Dak his money, lock up CD, lock up Micah, and hope for the best. Period. I don't understand why you gonna play hardball with this guy, let the market reset another year, and have to pay him more money.
I don't care if niggas is shooting, it's all about the clap back. Get your boss whack, premier's funeral on Snapchat. You now tuned into the bad guy, mad fly.
Alright, look, we gotta talk about a couple things, man. We gotta talk about that boy in Dallas out here copping pleas. Dak looks so sad. He looks so emotional, so distraught that he doesn't have a contract. And then we gotta discuss Lamar Jackson. We really gotta discuss Lamar Jackson because I don't think he understands that he is a failure. Lamar Jackson is a failure, and he needs to understand that. But you know what? We're going to start with Lamar. We're going to save Dak. We're going to get to Dak in a minute. My thing with Lamar Jackson is this. You got to produce, bro. Now, I'm a Lamar defender. I've been defending Lamar since day one. I'm a fan of Lamar. But he disappointed me in the playoffs. You finally get Mahomes in your building. You have the number one defense and the MVP, and you didn't go to the Super Bowl. How many teams have the MVP, the number one defense, and home field advantage, and don't make the Super Bowl? How is that even possible to have the MVP, the best defense, home field, and miss the Super Bowl? You held the second or third greatest quarterback that ever lived in Patrick Mahomes to 0 points in the second half. He died in the second half. That defense suffocated the Chiefs in the second half, and Lamar Jackson couldn't overcome that. Lamar, to this point, two MVPs cannot wash away the fact that you have not gotten to a Super Bowl. Two MVPs cannot wash away the fact that you have not won a Super Bowl. What's the point of having two MVPs if you can't beat Derrick Henry at home? What's the point of having two MVPs if you can't beat a watered down Chiefs team at home? What is the point of Lamar Jackson having all these good regular season records, winning these MVPs, winning all these regular season games to get home field if he can't handle his BI at home? It makes no sense. I just think that maybe because Lamar Jackson isn't Peyton Manning, maybe because he isn't Aaron Rodgers, maybe because he's not Tom Brady, maybe because the way Lamar Jackson plays the game of football, people tend to give him a pass for not putting up points in these playoff games. But I'm not going to give Lamar Jackson that pass because in the regular season, I watch the Ravens drop 30 points all the time. Why can't he do that in the playoffs? Listen, I get it. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He ain't Peyton Manning. I get it. But when Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning won MVPs and blew playoff games, they were held accountable. Peyton Manning loses to the GOAT, Tom Brady. He gets held accountable. So I don't want to hear, oh man, Lamar Jackson lost to Patrick Mahomes, give Lamar Jackson a break. I'm not giving Lamar Jackson a break. We didn't get Peyton Manning a break where he lost to Tom Brady. We didn't do it. The dude got two MVPs with no Super Bowls. He got two MVPs, no Super Bowl appearances. It's put up a shut-up time for Lamar. Regular season numbers don't mean anything. Number one seeds don't mean anything. Lamar Jackson is officially where Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning were. How many people care about Aaron Rodgers in the regular season? All we care about is what Aaron going to do when he run into the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs. That's all we care about. So at the end of the day, I'm going to need Lamar Jackson to step up. Lamar going to have to step his game up, B. I hate to rip him, but it is what it is, man. Speaking of quarterbacks who got to step their game up, the boy Dak in Dallas. Now, Dak is interesting. You see, Dak is an interesting case study. Because although he hasn't won an MVP, although he hasn't won a Super Bowl, although he hasn't proven to be a regular season elevator of talent, because we know what happens when Dak don't got Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, a star running back, good offensive line. We saw what he looked like when the supporting cast ain't good. I get it. But what Dak has shown you is when you put pieces around him, he will max them out. What Dak has shown you is you will go to the playoffs, you will win the division with him at quarterback. So where am I going with this? What I'm trying to say is, how do you move on from him? Because Jerry Jones is doing it again. Jerry Jones is playing with fire with Dak's contract. And I'm just sitting back thinking to myself, how little faith do you have in Dak that you're not willing to pay him to free up money for Micah and CeeDee? If he does a deal with Dak, he saves so much money that he could use for Micah and CeeDee, but he has so little faith in Dak that he didn't give him a contract. So think about that for a second. Let's ponder what's going on in Dallas. You have an owner in Jerry Jones who knows his time is limited. Jerry Jones understands that he don't got much time left on this earth, which is why he said he wants to win a Super Bowl before he dies. He said that. Those are his words, not mine. So if you know your time is limited, that means you don't have time to wait on Trey Lance. You don't have time to draft another quarterback. You have to win with the quarterback who's ready to win, which will be Dak Prescott. So if you want to win and you can't move on from Dak, why ain't you pay him? You see, I understood why the Cowboys didn't pay Dak the first time. I got it. Like when they didn't want to pay Dak 4 years ago, I understood it. Because at that point, Dak is a game manager, whatever. Dak, 4 or 5 years ago, our perception of Dak was just different. But I'm just going to be honest with you. The NFC is so wide open. Are you sure Dak? What's the alternative? You have a team that's ready to win. Jerry can't get rid of Dak. He can't. Because you're going to be paying CeeDee $100 million. Mike is getting $100 million. This is when you're supposed to pay Dak because now you have to win. Your opportunity to get rid of Dak was 4 years ago when you could have went and got Brady. You could have went and got Cam Newton. You could have went and got a quarterback that could replace him. But what I'm trying to say is, if Jerry Jones is in win now mode, you got to roll with Dak. You got to pay Dak, put pieces around him, and hope for the best. It makes no sense to play hardball with a quarterback you can't afford to lose. Like, let's put our chips on the table. You ever have a girl? This is for men who got their life together. If you're broke, this don't apply to you. But if you're a real man and you got your life together, and you support your girlfriend, where's she going? Oh, she gonna find a better man. Okay, so okay, girl. Oh, you gonna find a man that's gonna put a roof over your head, food in your mouth, clothes in your back, pay for your car, pay for your phone, pay your credit card bills, keep your hair and nail done. You gonna go find another man that's gonna provide for you the way I provide for you? Go ahead. I dare you. Go ahead. I'll wait. Go ahead. Go ahead. You see what I'm saying? So that's how Dak is looking at Jerry. Dak is looking at Jerry like that husband who know his wife can't replace him. Dak knows Jerry can't replace him. Who is Jerry Jones going to get that's going to be better than Dak? Who is Jerry Jones going to get that's going to be ready to win a Super Bowl right now like Dak Prescott? Who? Who are you going to get? You see, I don't understand why Jerry Jones is playing hardball with Dak. You can't replace Dak. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And I'm not even a Dak fan. Y'all know how I feel about Dak. But Jerry's not in a position to do anything about it. Pay Dak his money, lock up CD, lock up Micah, and hope for the best. Period. I don't understand why you going to play hardball with this guy, let the market reset another year, and have to pay him more money. He'd been better off paying Dak. As soon as free agency started, he'd been better off giving Dak like $52, $53 million to shut him up, to keep him below Tua, below Trevor, below Jordan Love. But now you got to give him that kind of money. Jerry, you didn't learn from the first time where you could have just gave the dude $35 million like Carson Wentz and Jared Goff, but instead you waited and you had to give him Deshaun Watson money? Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it, and Jerry Jones obviously did not learn from history because he's making the same mistake with Dak he did 4 years ago. Stupid things happen to stupid people because stupid people do stupid things. Period. I ain't got nothing else to say. That's it. That's all. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button. Drop FUs in the comments if you rockin' with me. And stay vicious. Dismissed.